Hey Dragon Slayers. So today's video is about the big fat lie about fat, part 2. With regards to this medical lie about eating fat makes you fat, and several others, doctors let their patients down and embarrass themselves by continuing to claim that they're experts on the subject. Many patients have been deprived of the taste and nourishment of the fats our ancestors enjoyed. A well intentioned doctor or dietitian said it was bad for them. People have been made to feel guilty and selfish for eating the very foods their DNA craves. Our DNA knows exactly what we need, and ignoring it leads to obesity, disease, and early death. Let's turn to the farm for some common sense. When a farmer wants to fatten up a cow or a pig, what does it feed it? Bacon, butter, egg yolks, right? I mean, that would make perfect sense based upon what doctors tell us to avoid when we're trying to lose weight. But no, that wouldn't work at all. It would be very expensive, and the farmer's animals would become leaner, not fatter. When a farmer wants to fatten up livestock as quickly and as cheaply as possible, he feeds them starches, carbohydrates, and aggressively as the animal can stand it, he gives it to them. The feed is usually a combination of corn and grain. If a doctor went to the farm and told the farmer that the feeding his cows whole grains and corn would be a great way to help the cows lower their cholesterol and lose weight, he would be justifiably laughed off the farm. When a farmer wants to cause a goose's liver to become as fatty as possible, he force feeds the goose lard and beef tallow, right? Apparently, that's what a doctor would recommend to the farmer. No, the farmer force feeds corn and the goose to the goose with a plastic tube. A not very nice process known as gavage. I could be pronouncing that wrong. If your doctor has told you that you're developing fatty liver disease because you've been eating too much fat, I hope you're starting to see the silliness of this lie. To fatten up any animal, you feed it large amounts of corn and grain, but somehow magically you fatten up humans by feeding them fat? That logic doesn't make sense at all. So let's dive a little bit into what the research has to say. You would expect, given how this medical lie has been repeated time and time again, that there must be hundreds of medical studies showing beyond all shadow of any doubt that eating fat makes you fat. In fact, there are no studies that show this to be the case. There are multiple large studies showing the exact opposite to be true. We expect doctors and experts to think and study everything, but they don't. Doctors ought to question everything and believe nothing until it has been proven by meaningful medical research. However, when we remember that busy doctors are human, it's understandable that they have believed this medical lie and repeated it because it seemed so self evident and had been championed by every leading major medical authority. It just didn't seem worth the time to study to be proven or disproven. So, unfortunately, as we'll keep diving into the subject, people still believe that eating fat will make you fat when the exact opposite is true. You can eat too much fat, you can eat too much of anything, of course, but if you eat a proper diet for your body that is high in fat, it will not make you fat. Even when I was eating too much fat, I didn't lose weight, but I didn't gain weight. I was eating 5 or 6 thousand calories of fat a day, which is crazy for months, like 3, 4 plus months. Did not gain a single pound. I didn't lose any weight, but I also didn't gain any. So I can testify from my own body that eating copious amounts of fat is not going to make you fat. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.